Hey there. Hi there. Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Laxin' with Lurchy, the LP series. How are y'all doing today? Pretty good, I hope. Oh, look at what we got going on behind us. We've got our library and our cathedral, our clock tower, and we've started laying out the new village. I'm pretty excited about how this is going to turn out, I think. If it turns out like it's in my head anyway. So, if we come down here and take a gander, we can see, like I said, we've started kind of laying out where all the buildings are going to go. You can see we've got them labeled. We've got a leather worker over here. Going to get our bamboo farm in right here. We all know how important those are going to be with 120 coming out in a week from today. And then right here, we're going to do like a tavern, kind of a, like a old school bar, maybe have a couple rooms, make it a slash inn. And then we've got a fishing hut over here. Got our blacksmith over here. Now with this blacksmith, this is also where I'm thinking we're going to put our super smelter. I think it's about high time we get one of those in. I know we don't even have a base yet, which is a little shameful. But I think it's time we get a super smelter in. I'm tired of using that 3 furnace system. It's nice, it's better than a 1 furnace system. 3 times better, actually. But we need stuff smelted a whole lot faster. And now that we have fortune and we can get coal real easy and fuel everything, I don't think it'll be too bad at all to get one going. So we've got all these laid out. Got a couple houses over here, and what I'm thinking in this area is this is kind of where we'll do like a miniature marketplace. Now this won't be the main market for our area. Kind of thinking I either want to put that over there somewhere or over there somewhere. Haven't fully decided yet, but we'll have like a miniature market here. And this is kind of where we'll put like odds and ends villagers. Like we'll have a couple of the Fletchers. Good gracious, I forgot their name for a second. We'll have a couple of the Fletchers and just a couple of the stuff that you don't really need a whole lot of them, but they are nice to have around. And then as far as the style goes and whatnot, we're going to kind of stick to a medieval-ish theme, kind of. But we want it to be like we're on the cusp of a technological advancement, right? We want it to seem like, hey, we're starting to get our fancier buildings in. We're moving up the technology tree a little bit. Maybe we start integrating just a little bit of electricity here and there. But we maintain the medievalness. We still have most of our lights be, lanterns and fires and that kind of stuff. I think it's going to turn out pretty awesome. So the thing we got to decide now is where do we want to start? I mean, really, we need to finish tearing that down. I need to finish tearing all those down, move our enchantment setup. And this nether portal. I kind of want to move it, but you know what? Let's go through. I don't know if you guys remember what it's like on the other side here. But there's not a crazy amount of room for us to move the portal. So we're going to have to figure something with that out. Oh, I really don't want to be here. Come on, go back through. Go back through. Okay. So yeah, we'll have to figure out somewhere we can move that. We'll definitely have a portal house, but I don't know how we're going to do it yet. So what I'm probably going to do is, start, pick one of these that I want to start at. It probably will be the blacksmith because I really want to do a little bit of redstone with that super smelter. So we'll probably start here. We'll start getting this all built up. And we'll see how it goes. I mean, don't mind all the paths as they are right now. I just haven't taken them fully out from the, previous village, the village that was here when we showed up. But we're going to go through and we're going to do actual roads. We'll do, cobble and stone and bricks and all that kind of stuff. And we're going to have full, stone roads. So we'll go ahead and we'll get started on this. And I guess we'll see how it turns out, huh? Okay, so we've got the frame in now. I'm pretty okay with how it turned out. I really like that we've got the dark wood on top. I really think it's going to be a good contrast from the orange to this dark. Now, like I said, we've got the frame up. We've got to go through and do some detailing. And with that detailing, we're going to incorporate a bit of the acacia wood so that we still maintain, so it's not just a drastic jump from the orange to the dark oak, you know. There's going to be somewhat of a transition. So what I'm also thinking is with this in here, we'll have this set up so it actually looks like a blacksmith. We'll have some work areas and a furnace and all that kind of stuff. But I think the super smelter is going to go in the ground. What I would like to do is have it so we just have our input and output chest visible from up here. And the super smelter itself is just, you don't see it. So I think that'll work out really well. I'm pretty dang excited about how this is turning out. I've been doing a little bit of work with using stairs and slabs on the roof instead of just the pure stairs like we've done so far. And I'm pretty excited about it. I think it came out pretty alright. I want to do something about that middle section. I don't like how blocky that is, but overall not too shabby. We'll do a little rounding on the corners here. Wait, are those different? Those are different. Oh, I'm gonna have to do some adjusting. Oh golly. These roofs are a little tricky, if I do say so. That took me much longer to figure out than I care to admit. Okay, so we've done a light bit of detailing, nothing crazy. We started incorporating the acacia, like I said, so that it's a good transition between the two. We've done a little bit of work on the inside. Got it looking not so blocky. Got a couple furnaces in here. We got some supports. And what I'm thinking is out back here is where we'll put like the main big furnace. We'll gather some clay and we'll get some bricks and some granite and whatnot, and we'll make a big old furnace out here. Then inside here, we'll get some anvils and some grindstones. And I'm thinking we might actually put a villager or two in there. We do need a home for the guy that's in there so we can tear that down. So, I mean, we might as well just throw him in here, huh? What are you guys thinking so far? Like I said, it's light detailing. We've still got a bunch to do here. But I'm pretty happy with how it's coming out so far. One thing I will say that I've really enjoyed is using the glass panes here with the stairs. I like that it gives it an edge on both sides. So we see here, we've got our edge out here, and then we come in here and we've got our little window seal here. It's nothing crazy, but just a little trick that I've recently discovered, and I'm really enjoying using it. So I think what we'll do is we'll do a little more work inside. We'll probably get that villager over here and see how it kind of looks. Start laying them out so we know where we can put our input and output for the super smelter that we're going to be putting underneath over here. Okay, so we've got a bit more of the detailing done. We're not done yet. There's still some stuff I want to do. I am having a whole lot of fun with this little place. I didn't think I was gonna have a bad time or anything, but I didn't realize just how much fun I was actually going to have putting this little place together. It has been a complete blast. You might notice over here we've got a little hole in the floor that leads to something crazy. Well, we're going to go down there in just 1 second. But let's take a look out here first. We can see we've got some levers. We've got 2 of them for fuel and 2 of them for smeltables. Well, that might just be a little bit of a clue for you that we went ahead and put in the super smelter. Now, I will say that while I am overall happy with this, there are a couple things that I would change, a couple things to make it a little bit faster. So, this is a 64 furnace array. It'll do a whole stack at a time, which I think is plenty for starting out. With what we've got going on right now, yeah, I think that is absolutely plenty. So these bottom carts come along and they collect all the smelted items and they send them right here. And this system will stop the minecart if it has anything inside of it until it's completely unloaded. Then they all get shot back into a water stream that goes up and then sends them up this way up to our collection system. Now if we look, we're gonna have to break our way up here. This is a pretty tight quarters, which is a little bit of the reason why some things are done the way they are. But if we come over here, we can see, so this cart right here is our smeltables, and this comes and this evenly distributes along the 4 rows so that each row gets, an even amount of whatever goods we're trying to smelt. And this back one right here is for all the fuel. Right now we're using coal just because that's all we have. We'll eventually do a kelp farm and use that, but I don't know that we'll ever have that done for this super smelter. Like I said, this is just a small little guy. It's about half of what I normally like to do on a super smelter. And one thing I will say about this is even though the bottom half is really fast, so the actual distributing of the items to the furnaces, the collection of the items, and sending them all up here to this chest, that's all pretty fast. Once it all starts, it's a pretty constant flow. Like I was watching, we did a little testing with this copper, and yeah, it is a constant flow once it actually starts. The slow part of this smelter is getting everything to a point where it can evenly distribute. The priming of this system takes a minute. That's one thing that I would really like to try and figure out how to make that faster. And I have a couple ideas, but yeah, for now this is what we got. So I went ahead and I loaded a bunch of clay balls and clay into the system here. I got it all primed for us, and we're gonna use all that to make our big furnace out here. And we're gonna come over here and we can see that we've got these 2 switches right here. Now, these 2 switches are what's actually going to send the carts below that will actually distribute the items to the furnaces. So this right here, this distributes the items to all the carts down there that then distribute the items to the furnaces. So we should have some fuel in there. I don't think we have a whole lot. We might not even have enough for what we have in there, but we have some fuel in there. So we'll go ahead and flick our smeltables that we just primed, and then we can come down here and we can see, look, they all start going. They're going to start distributing all that stuff evenly throughout all of these furnaces. And then once it actually starts, we come over here. Let's see. Look, it doesn't even take a super long time, but as we can see, it's going to be a constant flow. Just look how quick that's all coming in. I don't know that we would ever really need it to come in much faster. I mean, this is going to be a constant flow either until we run out of fuel or until all that stuff is done. And just look, we've already got almost a stack done. So we've got our super smelter in. How exciting. I'm pretty happy with that. I will say, this is the first time in any world that I have had a super smelter before I've had a base. Most of the time I put my super smelter in my base, but I thought it would be pretty cool to, have it out here in this area. Oh, with that being all done and said, I think that I want to do a little more detailing on this place. I'm not sure what yet. I'm going to have to sit here and stare at this building from a few different angles to try and figure it out. But I want to get some more detail in. I want to find a way to add a little color to this, I don't know what you do, this weird shaped wall section over here. So I'm going to go ahead and stare at this for a little bit, and we'll see if we can't figure something out for some more detailing. And after staring at this place for far too long, we've come up with a little something. Just added a few supports out here that really help to break away from the stone. And, like I said, add in some color. Then inside here, we did a little more detailing, added in some more, stuff to work with, a little bit of water or fluid storage. Got our work table. We did some stuff along the outside here. We added in a bunch of our lights and lanterns, and I feel like that came out looking pretty cool. I will say, I might add another one in on each side. These being off-centered, and I don't know. They bug me a little bit, but I like the idea. And then we got our big old furnace in. I think it came out looking pretty cool. Got a little bit of a pathway for back here since it's traveled on a whole lot in between working on all your tools and taking them inside and shaping them and whatnot. Come in here, you take a seat, and you sharpen your sword. And I think that altogether this place came out pretty dang cool. I'll probably do a couple bits and bobs here and there, a little bit more, but for the most part, I think this place is done. I am pretty content with how it came out. I feel like it's going to fit into the area really well. So now we've got to decide what we're going to do next. But while we decide what we're going to do next, I think we're going to end this episode for today. I hope you guys had a lot of fun. I sure did. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a like. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.